Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Now I want to look at an application of combination. And the question goes like this. It says, a committee consisting of 5 men, 3 women, 3 boys, and 2 girls. So we have men. Look at what I'm writing for solution here. The solution that we have men, right? We have women, right? We have boys, and we also have girls. These are what people that makes up the committee, right? So if I should write it here, we have the committee here. Committee, right? So for the committee, one thing you need to know, we have committee and we have number of people. Number of what? Of people. So in this case here, let's see. Now let's see. So for the first one thing you need to know is the one with the highest value should be up. So if you look at it, say a committee consisting of 5 men, 3 women, 3 boys, and 2 girls is to be selected out of. So you are removing this from the next one. So the one you are selecting out of should be the one on here. So that is the one, the largest value should be up. So selected out of, so we have 8 men, right? 5 women, 5 boys, 4 girls. Then this other little one, the smaller value will be down. So the down one is 5 men, right? 3 women, 3 boys, and 2 girls. So this is the number of individuals, number of people here. And this is the committee they are trying to make up. So now, the next thing you do is, the first question is, in how many ways can they be selected, right? If there's no restriction. Now the key word there is what? Selection, selected. When you say that word selected, it means you are dealing with what? Combination, right? We are dealing with what? Combination. So let's see how that goes. So we'll move forward. So if they say the combination here, we'll say that for no restriction, Roman figure 1, there is no restriction. There's what? No restriction. Now, restriction means it will be 8 combination 5, that is for men, right? The combination of men multiplied by the combination of what? Women multiplied by the combination of boys and multiplied by the combination of what? Of girls, right? So when you input this, recall in terms of combination, when you say you have n combination r to give us n factorial all over n minus r factorial. So we're going to apply it here. So from this aspect here, we're going to say that the 8 factorial all over, that is top factorial over top minus bottom factorial, the bottom factorial, multiplied by top factorial all over top minus bottom factorial, multiplied by top factorial all over top minus bottom factorial, the bottom factorial, multiply by top factorial all over top minus bottom factorial bottom factorial. So this is what we have here. So now if you break them down, this will now give me the 8 factorial all over 8 minus 5 is 3 factorial 5 factorial multiplied by 5 factorial all over 2 factorial 3 factorial, because 5 minus 3 is 2. So multiply by 5 factorial all over 2 factorial 3 factorial. Then multiply by 4 factorial all over 2 factorial 2 factorial. Now we're still moving. So from here I can take 8 to 5. So we have 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial all over 3 factorial 5 factorial multiplied by 5 factorial, that is 5 times 4 times 3 factorial all over 2 factorial 3 factorial multiplied by 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 2 factorial 3 factorial multiplied by 4 times 3 times 2 factorial all over 2 factorial 2 factorial. So this is it. Now this 5 factorial will equate 5 factorial, 3 factorial will equate 3 factorial, 3 factorial will equate 3 factorial, this will equate 2 factorial. So when you say 8 times 7 times 6, 8 times 7 times 6, that gives us 300 and what? 36 over 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, which will give us what? 6. Multiplied by 5 times 4 is what? 20. All over 2 factorial is 2 times 1, that is what? 2. Multiplied by 5 times 4, the same thing we have 20 over what? 2. Multiplied by 4 times 3 is 12. All over what? 2. Right? So we move forward. Now 366 divided by 6, that will give us 56. Multiplied by 2 divided by 20 is 10 times 10 times what? Times 6. So 56 times 10 times 10 times 6. And that will give us 33,600. So we say without no restriction, we're having 33,600 ways. That's for the question Roman figure 1. Now we'll go to the next one. And the next one here we are talking about, it says one couple must be included. When you say one couple must be included, what we'll be having here is this. Let's see and see how we do it. When you say one couple must be included, you go back to the main no restriction here, right? Let's move up. You go back to the no restriction here, and you're going to rewrite everything again, right? And see what I'm about to do. So in writing everything again, we're going to be having, that is Roman figure 2, means that what? One couple must be included, right? So what you do here is you write everything back here, which is 8 combination 5 multiplied by 5 combination 3 multiplied by 5 combination 3 multiplied by 4 combination 2, right? So when you say no restriction here, one couple must be included. Couple involve a man and a woman, and the first guy, this is man and this is woman, just like our table suggested here. So that means if a couple must be included, that means a man and woman must be included. And the word must be included means that you're going to subtract 1 from up and down for both male and female, since a couple means male and female. So 8 minus 1 over 5 minus 1 5 minus 1, then 3 minus 1. So if I'm to rewrite this now, I'm going to have 8 minus 1 means 7, combination 5 minus 1 means 4, times 5 minus 1 means 4, combination 3 minus 1 means 2, multiplied by 5 combination 3 times 4 combination what? 2. So this is what I'm having here. So in doing that, if you break this down, you'll be having, just like our formula suggested, so we have 7 factorial all over 7 minus 4 factorial, 4 factorial, right, times 4 factorial all over 4 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial, multiplied by 5 factorial all over 5 minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial, multiplied by 4 factorial all over 4 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial, right? So if you subtract them, this is what you're going to have. 7 minus 4 will give you 3, 4 minus 2, and so on and so forth. So if you take 7 down to 4, and 4 down to 2, and 5 down to 3, and 4 down to 2, you're going to be having this, right? Now, 4 factorial will equate 4 factorial, 2 will equate 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So we'll be left with 5 times 6 is 30 times 7. So 30 times 7 will give us 210 divided by 6, right? So we'll say 210 all over 3 factorial means 3 times 2 times 1, and that will give us 6, multiplied by 4 times 3 is what? 12, all over 2 factorial is 2 times 1, that is 2, multiplied by 5 times 4 is 20, divided by what? 2 factorial, which is 2, times 4 times 3 is what? 12, all over what? All over 2. So from here, we say that 6 divided 210 divided by 6, that will give us 35. So we have 35 here, multiplied by 6, multiplied by 10, multiplied by 6. So 35 times 6 times 6 times 10 will give us 12,600. So this is 12,600 ways. So when one couple must be included, right? So for the next one, we'll say one couple must not be included. So what you simply do is that you write it out. One couple must not be included, that is I. So this is one couple must not be included. One couple must be what? Excluded, means must not be included, must not be added, right? So you write out this question back. You write out those, the no restriction, you guys going to write them out back. So in writing them out back, you are going to do this. So I'm going to be having 8 combination 5 multiplied by 5 combination 3 multiplied by 5 combination 3 multiplied by 4 combination 2, right? So when I say couple, we know couple involves a man and a woman. So it means that for the man, I'll subtract up minus and up minus. I will not exclude from the down. I will only remove from the top, right? Because the top is a total. So when you are not adding, means it will affect the top but not the bottom here, right? So if I'm to move forward, so this will now give me 8 minus 5 minus 1 will give us what? 7. So we have combination 5 multiplied by 4 combination 3 multiplied by 5 combination 3 multiplied by 4 combination 2. So this is what we have here. So if you input this, if you break it down, you'll be having this. This is what we have in here. We've repeated this since question 1, so we're still doing the same thing here. So from here, we'll take 7, we'll break it down further. 7 minus 5, 4 minus 3, 5 minus 3, 4 minus 2, right? Then we'll be having this. So this is what we have. You subtract 7 minus 5, you get 2. 4 minus 3, you get 1, but there's a factorial in front of them. So this is what we have here. So you move 7 to 5, 7 factorial to 5 factorial, 4 factorial to 3 factorial, 5 factorial to 3 factorial, and 4 factorial to 2 factorial. And we're having something like this. So we have this, right? You move 7 to 5. If you watch my previous video on application of permutation combination, you get to understand what I'm doing here. So this will equate this, this will equate this, this will equate this, this is equate this. So we're left with 7 times 6 divided by 2. So 7 times 6 is 42 divided by 2 will give us 21. So this will give us 21, right? Multiply by 4 divided by 1 give us 4. The 1 factorial is 1. Multiply by 5 times 4 is 20 divided by 2 is 10. Multiply by 4 times 3 is 12 divided by 2 is 6. So if we put it 21, 6 times 10 is 60. 60 times 4 will give us 240 times 21 will give us what? 5040. So our final value gives us 5,000 and what? 40 ways. So that is my answer. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Here we have it says differentiate between combination and what? Permutation. One of the difference between them is that when it says combination, combination means selection, right? And in combination, order doesn't matter. When you select things, others what doesn't matter. For instance, if I write 1 2 and 2 1, combination is telling me that what they are both the same. Are you with me? Order doesn't matter. And the formula for combination is giving us n combination r, which will give us n factorial all over what? N minus r factorial r factorial. Now this is the formula for what? Combination. While in permutation, it's all about arrangement. Combination is all about selection. Permutation is all about arrangement. So when you say permutation, it means how you arrange something. And in terms of permutation, order matters. Like 1 2 is not 2 1. 1 2 is what? Not 2 1. So arrangement, the order matters in permutation. And permutation, the formula is telling us that if you have n permutation r to give us n factorial all over n minus r factorial. Now, in these things I just said now, you put them in tabular form and you differentiate them. Now go to what really matters now. It says, hence, given the word consonant, deduce the number of arrangements in which the letter O's are together. Now let's see. We have a word called consonant. Consonant. Right? We are now told that we should deduce the number of arrangements in which the letters O's are together. Now, for you to know if the O's are together, the first thing you have to do, you need to do no restriction. When there's no restriction, what is the value? So, first of all, we'll say that what? No restriction. Or when you put it, O's are together, we're going to have 1 O, 2 O. We only have just 2 O. So when the O's are together, right? And you add the remaining one, we have C, N, S, N, A, N, T. So when the O's are together, right? Now, for the O's to be together, this is 1, 2, that is what? 2 factorial. But because they are there's 2 repeated objects, you divide it by what? All over what? 2 factorial. Multiply by, everything here now is calculated to be what? 1. Are we together? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That will be what? 8 factorial. But they are repeated values, which is n is repeated thrice. This is 1, 2, 3. So we divide it by the repeated values. Are we together? So from here, 2 factorial will equate to factorial. We're left with what? 8 factorial, right? So 8 factorial is giving us 8 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 factorial, all over what? 3 factorial. Now the 3 factorial will equate to 3 factorial. Left with what? 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 and times 4. So let's see. So we have 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. And that will give us 6,720 ways. So when the O's are together, the number of ways at which they can be arranged is what? 6,720 ways. And sometimes, when you are not told are not together, right? So these are O's together. Now for some questions, this is what the question is telling us to do. But now, sometimes in my counter, they might now tell you, what about O's are not together? Right? O's are what? Not together. They might ask you when they are not together. So what are you going to do? What you simply do here, the formula is no restriction minus O's together. Right? No restriction minus what? O's together. When you're telling O's are not together, it will be no restriction minus O's together. Now we've already gotten O's together now, right? So what I'm going to do now is no restriction. So in doing no restriction, so write calculating for no restriction, right? So the word consonant, let's see, the word consonant will now give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9 factorial. 9 what? Factorial. All over the repeated value. And that will give me 1, the O's are twice, 1, 2. So you put 2 factorial. The N is 3. 1, 2, 3. That is what? 3 factorial. So these are the 2 repeated values. And this will give us 9 factorial. If you press it on your calculator, you can just do it this way by pressing your 9, then you press shift factorial, and that will give us 362,880. So we have 362,880 all over 3 factorial is 6. 6 times 2 is 18, right? So from here, 18 divided, everything divided by 18, this divided by 18, and that will give us 2160. So this will give us what? 20,160 ways. So in terms of no restriction, that will give us 20,160 ways. Now you now input them there. Now say therefore my O's together, O's are not together, will be no restriction, which is 20,160 minus O's together, which is 6,720. So when you subtract it from 6,720, we're going to be having 13,440. So we're having what? 13,440 ways all together. So this is our value. Whenever you're giving a value, this is how you calculate them. So if they say the ends together, so ends together will be no restriction minus, ends not together will be no restriction minus ends together, and so on and so forth. So this is how you attempt questions like this. If you watch my previous video, you're going to understand better of what I just explained here. So if you found the video helpful, don't forget to click on the subscribe button.